Hello guys, it's Saber Spark here. So for those of you who don't know, a little indie movie called Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is coming out. You know, it's kind of low budget, kind of low profile, but I don't know, I think it looks like it could be a lot of fun. Now, in the last video on my second channel, I made it clear that I was excited for this movie in spite of not really loving the first movie. And that is for a number of reasons. The main one obviously being that I do genuinely love Five Nights at Freddy's and its lore. But there are a lot of people who will kind of be like, oh, this series is complete and total garbage. The lore is terrible. And I think that that's just kind of unfair. Like, you go back to that first game, it is a masterclass in atmosphere and gameplay. And yeah, it's not the most advanced thing in the world, but how simple it is part of how effective it is. And there are tons of examples like that littered throughout the franchise. And I'm aware that I haven't talked about the movies like at all, like I've just gone completely off topic immediately. But I feel like a lot of the detractors to Five Nights at Freddy's, more specifically in its story, is the fact that they don't really understand that part of the fun comes from finding these things out, comes from being drip-fed the information and kind of being forced to piece it together yourself. And listen, I'm not stupid. There's a lot of dumb shit in these stories, but there are also a lot of genuinely super interesting character concepts, sci-fi concepts, horror concepts, but that's what they are. They're concepts, which again, I think works fine for a game. But that is exactly why I hate the movie. Five Nights at Freddy's 1 is essentially just a mishmash of all of the basic story beats that were littered throughout the canon, and it makes for something that is just so incomprehensible if you don't know the lore. But even as someone who does know the lore, it's fucking terrible. Because when I go to a movie, I don't expect to be drip-fed information or a story. I expect to be told a story. I expect to get a grasp on good characters. And FNAF 1, the movie, offers none of that. But Scott did say that for the second one, he was taking criticism and using it to build upon. And normally that would just kind of be shit from a butt, but this is Scott Cawthon, and I do genuinely believe that he was looking at the criticism and figuring out ways to improve. Yeah, at least I hope. I've seen some reports where the director kind of says, oh, this movie was for the fans. And I'm not gonna lie, whenever I see that kind of talk in a movie, that scares the shit out of me. I kind of feel like in recent years saying, oh, we made this for the fans is just kind of an excuse to get away with making a shit movie, but then dressing it up with cameos and Easter eggs so that the fans don't notice. But you know what? Nevertheless, I'm excited for this movie, and I wanted to look through some of the wacky and weird marketing shit that they've done for it.
But imagine going to jail and your cellmate asks you what you in for, and all you can say is
chicken sandwich.
So we're gonna start with the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 Popeye's meal. So fun fact, this started out as just a very simple video of me going out to get the Popeye's meal, but when I went to Popeye's, they fucking scammed me. Oh my god, we're gonna get the Fab Bear meal. We're gonna get the Freddy Fab Bear meal. Look at that guy's license plate. Isn't that such a cool license plate? I'm gonna be entirely honest, I really don't want to do this. Hello?
Hello, can I help you?
Hi, could I get a Freddy Fazbear deluxe box?
Classic or spicy tenders?
Spicy, please.
Is it spicy?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, spicy.
And for the drink, what would you like?
Can I get can I just get like a Dr. or a mango lemonade, please?
Chilled or frozen?
No, just regular.
Okay, and then we don't have the cupcake, but you are going to be getting an apple pie for that, okay?
Oh, okay.
Is that going to be all?
That'll be all. What the fuck do you mean you don't have the cupcake? That's like that's like half the fucking reason I bought it. Look at me, I have a tie on. I'm trying to do a report of the week imitation right now. Here it is, the Freddy Fazbear meal. I can't even say it's the complete Freddy Fazbear meal because they sold it to me without the goddamn. That cupcake was like half the reason I wanted it. The other half was for the goddamn Freddy Fazbear box. And would you look at that? There's no fucking Freddy Fazbear box. I am severely disappointed already. I've literally just gone out, wasted $15 to make what is essentially a review of Popeye's food. All right, let's try this bullshit. This is marinara sauce. They're gonna take this away from you. They're gonna take away all of the red 40, and soon all of those beautiful red products that you love, they're not gonna be so red anymore. Yeah, that one will probably stay red because it's made out of actual tomatoes. Shut up, fool. Here's our cupcake stand-in. It's just it's an apple pie. You know what this tastes like? Disappointment. Try some of this. What is this? Chica's bowl sack. Popeyes, I love you. That shit just straight up tastes like rubber. Wow, that tastes. That is. It's like I'm chewing. It's like I'm chewing on a fucking tire. This is actually like the most terrible fucking bullshit ever. Like no part of this is FNAF themed, like even accidentally. You know what? Let's put the fucking marinara sauce in the apple, the apple shit. There you go. Look at that now. Didn't that look appetizing? Oh. That is somehow not as bad as I thought it'd be. I was not a happy camper when this happened. I didn't get my cupcake. I didn't get no fucking special cup. I didn't even get a cool box. All I got were a couple of mozzarella sticks that tasted like rubber. Although looking at the post online, maybe it's a good thing I didn't get this disgusting looking fucking cupcake. But anyways, aside from the chicken shenanigans, we have a whole suite of interviews that we are able to go over. And right off the bat, just one thing that's very funny about these interviews. For those of you who don't know, Megan Fox is playing Toy Chica. Like in the movie, she is voicing Toy Chica. She has not been in one of these fucking interviews. I don't think she said a word about this fucking production. So what I'm thinking here is that Blumhouse just splurged on their big star, which was Megan Fox. And then they just kind of were like, well, I mean, we can't have her in any of the marketing. Hey, make her the sexy chicken. Make Megan Fox the sexy chicken. So if there was any doubt in people's minds that Megan Fox was typecast so they could get people soupy and goopy for Toy Chica, it's pretty much all stamped out now because she does not give a fuck about this movie. But as for the other VAs for the toy animatronics, we got Kellen Goff, who's coming back to voice Freddy. I really love how consistent of a voice Kellen Goff has been for Freddy. Like, he is the guy for any version of Freddy. It's really cool to see him be brought on for the blockbuster movie as well, instead of like typecasting fucking, I don't know, Jack Black or something. And for Toy Bonnie, we got our dear friend Matthew Patthew. And I gotta say, this poor bastard talks about Five Nights at Freddy's like he is very fucking glad he does not have to talk about Five Nights at Freddy's monthly anymore. And I gotta say, I am so happy that Matt got this role because it forces him to interact with normal people on the press tour, and it creates, oh my god, the interviews. Oh, the interviews are so good. Putting Matt Pat in a serious sit-down interview is just, whoever came up with this idea deserves 10 billion raises, even though the person who came up with that idea was probably Scott, so yeah, I don't think he needs. Alright, I've been stalling for long enough. Let's watch this interview where Matt Pat loses his mind.
You have such a brain for this franchise, going back to all the video games and through the film now too. Where do you store it all? Like what's going on with your gray matter? You know every piece of lore associated with Freddy.
Oh, my dear friend, you've neglected to mention the 24 plus books that this franchise has spawned out.
That is the reaction of a man who is fucking over the moon that he does not have to look at lore every other month anymore. This is a man who was overjoyed at the fact that he can be a part of this franchise while also not turning crosswords into grids so that he can find fictional characters' names.
Yeah, like somebody's talking about Five Nights at Freddy's and you love bringing out this piece of
Absolutely. So easy every time. Did you know that in the FNAF franchise there are sea monkeys? Like, you know, the little like invisible sea creatures, sea monkeys, but they are sea bonnies.
I didn't know that.
They have been genetically altered to be small little like sea monkey rabbits. And those are canon in the Five Nights at Freddy's universe, extended universe. I bet you didn't know that one.
Now, Matt Pat, you and I both know that is not the thing that came to mind first. Now I want you to look that interviewer in the eyes and tell him about the Springtrap and prank story.
I could not let y'all get away with this interview without doing a lightning round. You guys up for that?
Absolutely.
I'm going to ask you guys a question. You just say the first thing that pops into your head. Kel, we're going to start with you. Go to Matt. Back and forth we go. Lightning round.
All right, we're going to play this game with him.
What is the best Five Nights at Freddy's video game?
Oh, it's 3. It's 3. Or no, fuck. Is it Pizzeria Sim? I don't know. I've only played one.
I like FNAF World a lot.
Okay.
Because it's so different, and I grew up with RPGs.
All right, judging by...
I like how this interviewer just very clearly has no fucking clue what any of these words mean. I mean, to be fair, I don't blame him. If someone told me that they had, like, an experimental drug that would erase Five Nights at Freddy's from my frontal lobe, I would take that shit in a heartbeat. This franchise has ruined my life.
What is the best animatronic character in Five Nights at Freddy's?
It starts with you.
Oh, what is my favorite animatronic? Well, actually, I know that. It's the marionette, or the puppet. I've always been a fan of that design. It just looks so fucking sick. Also, something I've just taken notice about this interview is that there is no background music, like, at all.
Hit that guy.
Tony feels that way about Mangle.
Toy Bonnie is absolutely the king of all of them. Easy.
All right,
I don't know why you wouldn't have, like, background music in an interview like this. It's, like, very raw and, like, uncut, and I just, like, it's so uncomfortable. It feels very uncomfortable.
Now that Matthew Lillard and Skeet are both part of this franchise, what's the best Scream movie of all time?
Ooh. Obviously, Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
That was that interview. It was pretty alright, all things considered, save for, you know, Matt Pat's psychotic breakdowns. But nothing holds a candle to this next one. This next interview is called Night Shift, and essentially what it is Blumhouse forcing Matt Pat at gunpoint to ask all of the normal people cast questions about the Five Nights at Freddy's lore. And man, when I tell you this is some of the strongest secondhand embarrassment I've ever gotten, I really mean it. I fucking love when, like, a cast of people who don't care about the thing they're in are forced to, like, pretend to enjoy it in, like, an interview, because it is always so fucking funny.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to the Night Shift. I'm going to be testing all the rookies, or should I say the director and cast of Five Nights at Freddy's 2, on their game knowledge.
You know, I will say it is actually really cool that they are including the director so heavily in the marketing and interviews. You know, typically, like, unless you're, like, a really big name director, you don't really get a lot of spotlight put on you when it comes to those kind of interview segments. Or at the very least, it feels like it. So it's really cool that she gets to stand by, you know, the entire cast that she worked with.
Question 1, which of these characters does not have a shadow variant in the FNAF 2 game?
I love that. Just the second the first question leaves his mouth, he immediately realizes, oh, I'm in a room full of normal people. Big ups to Matt Pat. If this were me in this scenario, I think I would just... I think I'd just leave. I don't think any amount of money would, like, allow me to stay in this position.
Oh, I see. Freddy.
Fucking Hutcherson looks like he is so uncomfortable. They're all kind of, like, a little bit iffy about this whole thing, but Hutcherson specifically looks like, why the fuck did I sign on to do 3 of these?
All right, question number 2. Which endoskeleton variant can randomly appear in the FNAF 2 game? Endo 1, Endo 2, Endo 3.
Endo 02.
Josh, it's on the tip of your tongue.
Matt, don't bully Josh, alright? He just wants to go back to his trailer and, I don't know, fucking I feel like that's a bit of a heavy claim to actually, I'm not implying that Josh Hutcherson does anything. Like, you know, like, let's just move on.
All right, Endo 02, there it is!
Piper for the win. Thank you, Ghost Children.
Question. What's the difference between Yellow Rabbit and Springtrap?
Well, he dies and gets Springtrap,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And so therefore, after he's Springtrap, his soul inhabits that animatronic.
That is absolutely.
Holy shit, he got it. Big ups to Matthew for actually knowing about his character. I don't know if that was just like a funny little tidbit that somebody told him off stage, or if he, like, actually gives enough of a shit about this character to, like, genuinely know that. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and say that he genuinely knows that, because he seems like the type of guy who would, you know, legitimately care about a character like William Afton.
In what FNAF game did the character Lolbit make its first appearance?
Sister location.
sister location is correct. We don't even have to argue about
It was at this point where you can tell that Matt was like, yeah, we just gotta wrap this shit up. We cannot do this for longer. Now, I would make fun of this cast for being hard carried by a child, but then again, it's a fucking quiz about the Five Nights at Freddy's lore, so I don't know what I expected.
Number 5, what's the name of the Balloon Boy character variant who randomly appears under the desk in the FNAF 2 game?
JJ.
Is it Josh? I was gonna say JJ as well. That's crazy.
Oh, hang on. I gotta freeze frame of Hutcherson right here. That is the face of a man who did not know what he signed up for. This dude looks like he's seen some shit.
3, 2, 1.
Oh my god. Oh. Well, fuck me, that was awful. That's pretty much all I wanted to show you. At the time of recording this, the movie comes out in like a week or two. So, you know, when that comes out, I will gladly watch it and then share my opinions on it. Will it be good? Probably almost definitely not, but I'm hoping at the very least it'll be a good like a good FNAF movie in a way that the first one wasn't. But I don't know, maybe I'll watch the first one again and then just do like a kind of double review. But yeah, that's it for today. Go watch the video on the main channel if you haven't. Okay, bye.